Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of rate of change. This is standard A.3B in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 20 off the Redesign Practice Online STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we are looking here for the rate of change. So we're looking for y with respect to x. So let's increase this a little bit so we can draw on it. So we're looking for the rate of change with y with respect to x. So that's y per x. Think of with respect to as a per. And then we've got this rate, which can also be written as ratio. All right, so those are two clues right there that we want to see a ratio right there. So I'm going to draw a fraction bar, and it's y per x, or y over x. That's the rate I'm looking for, but I'm looking for the rate of change. All right, so I'm going to use this Greek letter delta. Looks like a triangle. So it's the change in y over the change in x, because that's what I'm looking for. Y per x, or y with respect to x. Hopefully, this looks familiar to you. Because when we're looking at the change in y over the change in x, typically we would say, what's the rise over run? And if we're looking for rise over run, that means we're looking for the slope. So if you're thinking slope, you are correct, which means I just need to find the m. But take a look at my function there. It is not in our slope-intercept form. So let's take a look at our reference materials here. Let's open this because we're going to need this. So if we're looking here, we'll see that what we want is at the very bottom of the screen there, that y equals mx plus b. If I can get y equals mx plus b, then we're going to be good. But unfortunately, they don't give that to us. Right? If I can get the y equals mx plus b form, that's fine. But take a look at this form. 2/5 x minus 4/7 y equals 3/2. That's standard form. So this is what I've got right here. The ax plus by equals c. So if I can transfer my standard form into my slope-intercept form, I know where the m is going to sit. It's going to sit right in front of the x. So how do I do that? Well, I need to solve for y. So if I can solve for y, we'll be good. All right, so let's write this out here. 2/5 x minus 4/7 y equals 3/2. All right, so if I've got a positive 2/5 x, I'm going to subtract 2/5 x from both sides. Now those are not like terms, so I can't really subtract those. Right, so I'm going to get negative 4/7 y equals, let's go ahead and put our x first, negative 2/5 x plus, that's still a positive 3/2. So we're getting close. This looks good, except I have my coefficient of negative 4/7. I don't want it to be negative, so I'm going to multiply by another negative. The two negatives will cancel out. I'm going to multiply that by 7/4. So if I multiply both sides by negative 7/4, it's going to keep a balanced equation. That's the reciprocal, so that's going to give me my y. So what I'm needing to do is I'm needing to distribute this out to both, and really I just need to distribute it out to this right there. Because if I can distribute it out to that, that's going to be sitting in front of my x. That's my m. So what is negative 2/5 times negative 7/4? Well, it's going to be positive, I can tell you that. It's going to be 14 over 20. So if I simplify that, it's going to be 7 over 10. And look at that. We got an answer there at D. My two negatives make a positive, right? We don't really need to distribute this out to get the full slope-intercept form because I'm just looking for the slope, and that's D.